Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this little googly-eyed bear. And you could even add a bow if you like. I'll show you how to make the bow. So let's get started. So you're going to need, let's pull this up a little bit. You're going to need 2 crochet hooks, a size H and a size I. And you're going to need a tapestry needle, a pair of scissors, a pair of googly eyes or a googly eye, however you want to say it. And then you're gonna need some noses. And I purchased this from Amazon. And yeah, I just put my hot glue gun on there. So, but in this you get all kinds of stuff. You get noses across here, different kinds of noses. Whoops. You get different colors of noses, and then you get different size eyes. You even get different color eyes. You get brown, red, a different shade of brown, blue, and gray or white eyes over here. And so these come with the backs, and this is what I use for the nose. And so the back, they come with these little, you push them on to the back of the nose and it stays on. You just push that through there and it stays on. So let's get started. You're going to need some yarn. I'm going to use brown, and I'm going to use some, it's a cream color for the nose or around the nose. And I'm going to use a light brown for inside the ears. And then I'm going to use a bright pink for the bow. If you can see that. So those are my yarn colors, and I'm going to use the pink for the eyes. So let's get started. I'm going to take my eye crochet hook, and I'm going to take the darker brown, and I'm going to make a magic loop, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to tighten that just a hair so I can have a little more control. And then I'm going to grab my googly eyes. First I'm going to stick my crochet hook in there. And I'm going to crochet the magic loop and the googly eyes together. Whoops. My light fell on me. So I'm going to put 8 half double crochets around the googly eyes and that magic loop. Just like that. So I have 2. Here's another one. There's 3. I'm gonna put 8 of them there, so I'm going to do 5 more, just like that. Okay, so I've got my 8 half double crochets around my magic loop and around my googly eyes, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook, and I'm going to pull it from the back, just the magic loop. There's no googly eyes part here, so I'm just going to do around the magic loop 4 half double crochets in between those eye space and just around the magic loop. There's 3 and here's 4. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that just a hair, and I'm going to grab that first stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. So that first round is done. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in that same stitch, and then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So I'm just going to continue that all the way around. Okay, so I've completed that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in that first stitch, and I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the next. And then the next stitch I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and in the next I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. So that's the pattern I'm going to repeat around, is 1 in one stitch and 2 in the next stitch. So I'll meet you down around at that end of that. Okay, so I've completed that round, and so then I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn and make that a knot. And then now would be a good time to tighten up the center and weave in your ends, and then you're going to get some more brown yarn, the darker. You're going to do the ears. So I start with a slip knot, and I put it on my crochet hook, and then I take and I find the placement of the right ear. And so this is how I do it. The top of the eye, I go straight out. So then there's one of the stitches we're going to use, and we're going to go down to the next one. And so we're going to start there. So I'm just going to slip single crochet into that second chain that we went into, and I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to put a treble crochet in that same stitch, and then in the next stitch I'm going to put a treble crochet, and then I'm just going to chain 3, and I'm just going to slip stitch in the second chain in the same stitch that I was in, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn, and there's one ear. Now the other ear, I'm going to start with a slip knot again, tighten on my hook, and for the placement of this ear, I'm going to go out straight here, and this is the stitch I'm going to work in first, and then the next one down is I'm going to get to. So the ears are just going to be the tops. So then I go into both stitches, both loops again, with a single crochet, and then I chain 2, and then I make a treble crochet in that same stitch, and then the next stitch I'm going to put a treble crochet, and then I'm going to chain 3, 1 2 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to tighten my knot that I made. And so there's the bear. So he's looking like a bear. We're going to weave in the ends, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the inner ear and the nose. Okay, we're going to start with the ears, the inner ears now that I have the ends weaved in. And you're going to make 2 of these, and I use the lighter yarn, the lighter brown, and I start with the slip knot on my crochet hook. And I chain 3, and then I do 2 half double crochets in that third chain from the hook. So there's 1, There's 2. Whoops. And then I put a half double crochet in that same stitch. And then I chain 1. And I cut my working yarn and make that chain 1. And so now I'm just going to weave in my ends, and there's your inner ear. So I'm going to make 2 of these, just like that. Okay, so I've made my 2 little inner ears, and I'm just going to glue them in there. And we're going to work on the nose. So let's get started on the nose. I'm going to use a cream color, and I'm going to start with my H crochet hook, and I'm going to make a magic loop or magic ring. So there's my magic ring, and I start with a chain 1, and I'm going to put 10 half double crochets in the magic loop. So I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so I've completed my 10 half double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1 single crochet in that same stitch, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Okay, so I've completed that round of 2 single crochet in every stitch, and so now I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn, and I'm going to weave in my ends, and I'm going to get some black yarn to put a mouth on here. Okay, so I have my tapestry threaded with black yarn. I know it's kind of hard to see, and I'm going to make the mouth on the bear, and so I'm just going to go into the bottom from the back and just pull it so the end's short, and I just go in, follow my stitches around the outer area, and I'm just going to put, to see how many I like, how many little stitches I put in there. So there's 2 little things. So let's do a third. So if that's the smile I want, or if I want to make them bigger, so I'm going to do another one. So there's 4, and then I'm going to go down the center of that, going from the center from behind and going down in between the 4. I have 2 on each side, so it's even. And so then I go straight down, and then I make that little rounded T spot on the face. So I'm going to just put a little double knot in the back just to secure it. And so the mouth is done. And now I'm going to pick which nose I want. I have my back. I'm just going to check it out to see what I like with the pink eyes. So I'm just going to place them on here. I'm not gluing anything or anything yet. I'm just going to look to see what I like. I can do the black nose, or I can do the pink nose. I think I'm going to do the pink nose this time. And so basically I'm just going to push it all the way through that center. And then I'm just going to, now there's different ways you can pop these on. Sometimes I do it the other way. Sometimes I do it this way. But they do take a little bit of pressure. So then I have the nose all set, And so now I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on that, and I'm just going to glue the nose to the face, and being careful for the placement, trying to make sure she's even. So I just place that on there, make sure the nose is on there correct. Pull out my little catches from the hot glue, the little strings. So there's my little pink nose bear, and now I'm gonna make her a bow. I'm gonna get my pink yarn, and I'm going to start with a slip knot, and I'm gonna get my 8 size crochet hook. So I'm just gonna put a slip knot tight on my crochet hook, and then I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to start with a double crochet in that same 3rd stitch for the beginning. And so I'm going to put 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. So there's 3, and I'm just going to chain 3 and slip stitch in that center stitch again, and I'm going to chain 3 more, and I'm going to put 3 double crochets in that same stitch. Pull some more yarn here. I'm going to put 2 more here. So there's my 3 double crochet in that side, and I'm just going to chain 3, slip stitch to the beginning, and chain 1, cut my working yarn, leave a little bit of a length of a yarn tail. Okay, so I left me a little tail, and I'm just going to pull it through to make that a knot, and I'm going to leave the other end, and I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm just going to pinch the bow together and wrap the end in between here to make it look like more of a bow. And I'm just going to give it a nice little tight little knot on the back here to keep those strings. So, and then I'm going to weave in the ends on the back. So this is the front, and then I'm just going to weave in these ends underneath there. Okay, so now I have my bow, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the inside of the bow, and I'm going to put it on one ear and just make it look even out. And there you have it, your little googly-eyed bear. One has a bow and one doesn't, or you don't have to put a bow. So, but there's your googly-eyed bear. One's got a pink nose and one's got a black nose, but I think they turned out, they look just like bears, so they turned out great. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Any other suggestions, leave in the comments below. Thanks for watching.